Oh, hey, I didn't see you come in there. Don't you knock? How's it going, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer coming at you with another video. Today we are going to talk about the recently shadow dropped Elder Scrolls Oblivion, which was released a couple of days ago for all of the platforms, including I believe the Nintendo Switch. So I felt compelled to talk about this. I wanted to put out a video a couple of days ago when it was dropped, when it launched, but I've just been really busy. I haven't had time to game, but I really wanted to get this off my chest. I wanted to talk about it. So most of you, or some of you that have been watching my channel for a while, you know Oblivion is one of my most favorite games of all time. As a matter of fact, I put out a video last year talking about my top 10 most favorite games of all time, and I'm pretty sure I had Oblivion on there. So I wanted to just sort of backtrack a bit and tell you about how I was introduced to Oblivion, and then I want to give you my final, not my final thoughts, but my thoughts right now on the remastered version, which I have not played yet. So going back, we're talking 16, 17 years ago, around 2008, 2009. At the time, I don't even think I had an Xbox 360 yet. I was kind of still out of gaming. But at the time, I was in my 20s, and I was working with this other guy who was younger than me. He must have been maybe 19, 20 years old. And he's like, yeah, you got to try Oblivion. And I didn't know what he was talking about. I didn't know what Elder Scrolls was. I did not know what Bethesda was. I did not know what Oblivion was. He kept talking about it like it was the cat's meow. Fast forward a couple of years later, around 2010. I've told this story before, but at the time, again, we were young at this point, but somebody owed me some money. Not a lot of money, right? We're talking like $50. And he didn't have it, so he gave me an Xbox 360, a white arcade model. And he gave it to me with the only game that he had, which was Fallout 3. And I remember that changed my life at that point because I had been out of the gaming loop for so many years. And I jumped back into it, and I remembered the original Fallout games on the PC, and I remember playing Fallout 3, and I'm like, this does nothing like the original Fallout, and I ended up just really enjoying Fallout 3. And then I bought New Vegas shortly after playing Fallout 3. I bought New Vegas like the day it came out, and then I remember going to Music World. Excuse me. We used to have a place called Music World in Canada, and they would sell video games periodically as well. And I went in there and I picked up Skyrim right when it came out. What was that, 2010, 2011? And I remember playing Skyrim, and I was blown away by that. I was really blown away by Skyrim. And then it wasn't until after I played Skyrim that I went out and I picked up Oblivion. And to be honest with you guys, and I've talked about it before on the channel, but I actually prefer Oblivion over Skyrim for a multitude of reasons. I just liked the story better, the idea of going out into this open world, closing these gates of Oblivion, and just the voice acting, Jean-Luc Picard at the beginning. I remember going through the initial underground tunnel, and then you come out into the open world, and it's just like a holy shit moment. Played through that game, really loved it. I really enjoyed the quest lines, interacting with Joffrey, and I remember that one mission where you could actually push a guy off a ledge and kill him, or he wanted to commit suicide, and it's like a moral dilemma where you can try to help him down from the ledge, or you can just push him off. I know I'm all over the map here, but I just remember being blown away by that, and that game. The one thing I really liked about Oblivion over Skyrim is Skyrim looked really good on the Xbox 360 back in the day, but it was very gray. You're in the snow, very more realistic, earthy tones. Whereas Oblivion was very much a product of early Xbox 360. You're getting the bright, vibrant hues, the green grass, the blue sky, and then at night, the starry sky, the stars in the air. I just really fell in love with that game. And, I heard, obviously, rumblings that they were going to remaster it, and I was really, really, really excited. Still am. So, as you can see, like I said, I'm a fan. I've got the collector's edition here for the Xbox 360, which I believe was released for the PS3 as well. And I actually still have, I can show you guys here, my original copy of Oblivion, the Xbox 360 copy, and then I've got the other discs that came in here. They look a little bit different. I don't know if you can see that, but... And then I also... comes with a nice companion book as well here. I took the map that came with this, and I actually put it in a frame, as you can see up here. And I was going to take the map out, and I was thinking about putting the Skyrim map in, because the Skyrim map is actually a bit nicer. It's got like that cool texture to it. But now that Oblivion has been remastered, I feel the need to keep it in the frame. And as you can see, I also have the strategy guide as well. So I love it. And I remember playing the DLC as well, and I think specifically, I can barely remember at this point because it's been so many years, but the Shivering Isles, I think that was even better than the base game. So all that being said, the game was shadow dropped, which I'm surprised by. I guess it's been so many years now that a lot of you guys, the younger generation, you probably haven't played it, and you don't know what you're missing. So, yeah, they dropped it, and it looks really good. I'm not here to bash on it by any means. I just had specifically two things I wanted to talk about. The first thing is, my God, like... I imagine we're going to get a physical release, right? I think this is the new... I think this is like the new norm. It started with Alan Wake 2. We get a game that's released digitally, and the companies, the publishers, try to recoup as much of the cost as possible. And I imagine this was partially developed to generate some income. Not that Bethesda needs it, because they're pouring a lot of money, into the new Elder Scrolls game, which probably won't be released for another couple of years, right? So kind of like Alan Wake Remastered that came out, Remedy released that for the same reason, let's be honest. But, I mean, all that being said, here I am, like, a huge fan of this game. You don't even know. And I'm not going to buy it. I am not paying whatever it is, $50, $60 for it digitally. I'm not. I think it's even more than that, Canadian. I'm just not. I'm not buying into the digital service, especially for this game. Especially when it will probably get a physical release. And if I buy it digitally and it gets released physically, well, then I'm going to double down twice, and I don't want to do that. I do not. So it breaks my heart that one of my most favorite games is out, even though I have a huge backlog at the moment. One of my most favorite games is out, and I can't jump into it head first because, like I said, I'm not falling into this digital trap. I am not. What's the reason that they couldn't give us a physical copy? What is the reason? And you know, it would probably make sense to get this game on the Switch as a physical copy versus on a Blu-ray, I guess, I suppose. But I would want to play this on the big screen, right? I would want to play it on my Xbox Series X. So I imagine we will get a physical release, whether it's through limited run games, I don't know. You'd think Bethesda's a big enough publisher, they wouldn't have to outsource that to limited run, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. Didn't Alan Wake 2, the physical, didn't that get released by limited run? I don't know. So that's strike one. And then the other thing is, it's not as much of a deal breaker, but I really got to get this off my chest. I really have to say, one of the reasons, and I already talked about it at the beginning of the video a bit, one of the reasons why I like Oblivion so much is I love the vibrant colors in the game. And that's a bit of a product of the time, right? It was an Xbox 360, PS3 early release, almost a launch title, if you will. So you have like the crazy bloom in the game, the bloom effects, everything's like really shiny and cloudy. And you have the vibrant colors, which a lot of people, myself included, you know, that's my big gripe with Skyrim, is it's like you play it, it's a really good game, don't get me wrong, but it's like, it doesn't really put you in the greatest mood, whereas this game does. The colors just pop. And with the remastered version of this game, again, we've talked about it before on the channel, but when you have a third-party company that's outsourced to remaster an old game, and they start to fuck around and tinker around with the original artistic direction that the original dev team had in mind, that kind of bugs me. It does. It bugs me because I was watching a video today from Digital Foundry and they were showing the game, and at the beginning it looks fine when you're in the initial the underground jail there, but then once you come out and you come outside into the open world, it's like the whole sky is purple and everything's kind of brown and purple, and it's a different time of day, and it looks like it's 6:30, 7 o'clock at night and the sun's going down. Whereas the original, you come out, the sky is bright blue and the grass is green. And like, I understand that's not very realistic. But at the same time, whoever did the remaster of this, they just totally went off the rails and did their own thing, which is fine. I still obviously think it looks better than the original. I'm just a tad disappointed that they decided to go from one extreme to another with regards to the color palette. It's just a little bit disappointing. That's all I wanted to say. But I mean, other than that, it looks really good. Like I said, I can't justify buying this game digitally when this game means so much to me. I want a physical copy. Am I going to get a big box limited edition of it when it comes out? Probably not, but just give me a physical copy. If I'm going to spend $60, $70 Canadian for a digital copy, I might as well spend 80 or 90 and get the physical copy. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. If any of you out there are watching this video and you're a fan of the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, I just can't believe that they haven't announced a physical version of this game. It's just, for me, this remastered version of Oblivion is more important than the new Elder Scrolls game. To me, this game, I'm surprised they shadow dropped it and didn't make a bigger deal out of it with a physical release and advertisements all over the place. It's still gonna sell like gangbusters, and it looks better than Skyrim to me. But it's just personal taste. But I really enjoyed this game so much. I really do. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm sort of going on a bit of a tangent here. But yeah, any of you out there that are playing it, I'm happy for you. It kind of sucks, like I said, that I can't jump into it, but I've got my hands full with other stuff right now. So I'm on the fence. I'm sort of on the sidelines. I'm waiting to see if we get a physical release. And then if we don't, and my God, I hope we do, but if we don't, at the very least, I'm going to wait for this to go on sale. And at least I've got the original strategy guide, which I imagine is in high demand right now. So anyways, let me know in the comments below your thoughts on Oblivion Remastered. Have you played it yet? Are you holding out for a physical copy? What are your thoughts on the artistic direction on the remastered game? Are you a fan of the radically changed color direction and the visuals, or are you okay with that? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good night.